Hello and welcome to D-Dubs Plays. This is a brand new tutorial series and today we're going to be building this gorgeous stack interchange. I'm going to be showing you step by step how you can add this lovely awesome source to your city. It may look quite complicated, but I assure you it's not as difficult as it might appear, and I'm going to go through it step by step with you, so I'm sure you'll be able to build one that looks just as good as this. So let's begin. First thing you want to do is find a nice straight section of highway, and then we're going to draw our second highway in over that. So we're just going to come off of one of the nodes here, go up. Oh, I need to change my elevation step. Let's make sure we're on the minimum step of elevation. And I'm also going to put the angle on 45 degrees. Go up 3 steps of elevation. We're just going to draw a highway across here. I'm going to make it fairly long. And then we're just going to get rid of the middle part of both highways. So we'll go probably about that far will be enough. Now it's really important that you prepare the ground first. We're going to be using the minimum elevation step when we build our highway here. So any variance in the ground level is going to cause us issues when we're trying to get our overpasses to cross nicely. So yeah, just take the time to make sure you've got perfectly flat ground to build on. This area is already pretty flat, so it's not going to require much, but I'm still going to take the time to just make sure that everything is nice and smooth. Now, as I said, this build is not as complicated as it looks, and I'm going to show you all of the little tricks that I use just to make sure that we can get a perfectly symmetrical build. First thing we want to do is we want to just draw some roads that are perpendicular to our highways and use those to find the center point. We'll bring that in. Where's my other highway? About there. That should be far enough on that one. Do the same thing over here. So find the center point and we'll just go up. Oh, that last bit's gone a bit skew with. So just bring that out a bit further and join those up. Now we want to cover the entire center line with grids, so we're just going to go out to there and to there. Just go up a little bit further on both sides, get rid of these, and now we've got our center point just there, and we're going to switch off the road guidelines and use the grid there to guide us as to where we want our pillars. And we're going to do our taller ones first, so we're going to go up by 9 steps of elevation. And we're going to go just to the left of the center line of the highways below us and just above the center line to the highways that are horizontal to us. So just there. And we're going to go 45 degrees and out by 12. Next one is going to be just to the right of the center line and below. And again, we'll go out 12 units at a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to drop it by 3 elevation steps, and we're going to go into this space just here, and we're going to go again 12 units. Now we're going to turn it around. We're going to extend these top 2 out by 12 in the other direction, just like so. And we're going to delete the pieces on this side and draw another guideline road in just below us, so that we've got that grid there. And then 6 elevation steps up, and we're going to draw that 45 degrees, 12 units, just like before. Now we can delete all of these marker roads in here. Do this with some care, because it is quite easy to accidentally catch one of the roads that you've just put in that you want to keep. And we're going to keep these 2 pieces of marker road here, and we're going to switch to highway now. Now we're going to go down to ground level for this one. and we want to be just below the center of the existing highway lanes. So the center of that bottom lane is just there. We're going to go 2 squares down, and we're just going to draw a piece of highway right the way through. We'll go out to about there. Do the same thing. This time we want to be just above, so 2 up, and we'll go to there. And the same for these ones. So this time 3 elevation steps, 2 below this one, and we'll go right the way through to there, and 2 above this one, through to there. Now on these elevated ones we're going to switch to our regular road, and we're just going to find the center point, and we're just going to put a little piece of road in there and then delete it. That's just going to give us a node right in the middle. That's going to come in helpful later. Do the same thing again on here. We just want to make sure there's a node right in the center there, and then we'll delete that. Now we're going to extend these overpass roads on the opposite sides. So we'll start with the bottom actually, because that'll be a little bit easier. Out by 12. Same again there. And then we'll do the higher ones. On these ones we're going to go out by 12, and we're going to go down 1 step of elevation. Do the same on this side. Down 1 step of elevation. And we're going to delete the sides that already exist. I'll go right to the end here so we don't accidentally delete any of the roads underneath. And we're going to do the same thing, redraw it, but we're going to go down by 1 step of elevation. There we go, perfect. And that's actually probably the hardest part of this build done. Now the next thing that we need to do is switch to our highway roads. And we want to come over here. We want to find this point here. So if we go up 1, you can see that the edge of that circle is just touching the overpass road. So we want to make sure we're positioned just below that, so that the highway node isn't touching the overpass roads above it. We're going to switch back to our regular road, and we're just going to draw a straight road across from there. Going to do the same thing on all 4 sides. Just going to use that highway node as our measurement marker. Make sure that it's not quite touching the overpass, and then once it's in the right position, switch back to regular roads and draw a road across. And then we're going to remove all of the excess parts of the highway that are joined to that. We can also remove these pieces now as well. Now we're going to switch back to regular roads, and we're just going to come out by 10 on these. I'm going to go up a bit and down a bit, and then delete that piece. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. So out by 10, up a bit, and out a bit on that side. And the only measurement that matters here is this 10. These bits just need to be long enough so that we can join the highways to them in a moment. And yeah, let's not forget to remove those pieces. And now we're going to switch back to highway. And we're just going to join all of the highways to those pieces of road that we've put in there. And then we're going to delete all of these marker roads that we put in. And we can also delete these marker roads here. Now we need to switch our angle snapping off, and we're just going to join all of these up like so. You don't need to worry too much about the road directions. We can go back and change those in a moment. Right, looking good. Let's get all of the roads pointing in the right direction. Okay, now the reason that I made sure we had a node in the middle there was so that we'd be able to switch these around easily, but it's not going to let me do it, so we're going to have to just delete this section here and then redraw it in the correct direction. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to go to this grid line here. You just want to measure out 7 units, and in this case we've already got the node in the right place, but you would use that 7 unit marker to make sure that you've got a node there. You want to do that on all of your highways. Now on this one we're going to need to put the node in, so we'll go out 7 units, and then we use that grid marker to put a little piece of road in there, which we can then delete, but it just means that we've got a node in the correct place there now. And you may need to come out a little ways from the highway that you're working with, because if you're a little bit too close then other grid lines might get in the way. I find that 10 is perfect. That node is already in the correct place. And just check this one as well. So that one's a little bit too far over, so we just need to put that road in there and just move this node over by 1. This is just going to make sure that all of our slip roads are perfectly symmetrical. And the 7 units length there is the maximum length that you can make it, so that when you put the slip road in here, we're going to go out by 8 units here. I'm actually going to switch off grid lines here to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to come out with curved road, we're going to come out by 8 units, and then we're going to slot that into that node. And you'll know that you found the node because it'll jump further once you move beyond it. So that's where we put that node there. And that 7 units is the maximum length that you can have there, so that the slip road meets the highway at the same point that it meets the ground. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we come out by 8 units and we just find where that node is, and it's just there. So that's the node that we put in. Do this on all 4 sides, out by 8. You might need to wiggle the camera around. There we go, that's found the node. And now we are almost there already. Now we're going to switch our road guidelines back on. We're going to come off of this node just here, and we're going to go out by, oh, let's make sure we're on straight road. There we go. We're going to come out by 10, and we're going to pop in another node just there. Same again on all 4 sides. And now we're going to use our straight roads. We're going to go out from this node that we've just created. We're looking for this point where these 2 guidelines cross, and we're just going to go in from that by 2 steps, so just to there. We're going to repeat that on all of our highway roads. So just like so. And then we're going to switch to curved road, and then we're going to come out until we find the road guideline from the other end of the slip road and join them up like so. Now these slip roads don't look nice and smooth, but there's a nice little trick that we can use to change that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come off of these road guidelines. We're going to be just one square away from the node there, and we're just, oh, let's switch to straight, sorry. So yeah, one step away. We're just going to draw a short section of road, and we're going to do that for both of the middle nodes like so. Then we're going to delete these 3 sections of road. We're going to go back to curved road, and we're going to come out until we meet the road guideline from that first marker road. We're going to come down by 2 steps of elevation and then park that 1 step away from that node there like that, and then we'll just finish that off like so. And now we've got a nice smooth gradient. Remove those marker roads and just repeat the process for the rest of the slip roads. Now all that's left to do is upgrade all of these roads to highway slip road. And change all the directions so that the slip roads are facing in the correct direction. And there you have it, a really nice smooth stack interchange on vanilla Cities Skylines. Hopefully you agree that wasn't as difficult as it might first appear, and this will be something that you can add to your cities. If you enjoyed this video, then smash that like button. D-Dubs Plays accepts no liability for cracked screens or broken mouse buttons. And if you're not subscribed already, then please click that subscribe button as well. And I will catch you in the next one.